Hi there. Well, a few days ago, I gave you that recording about setting an exact time to go train. Well, some things happen, don't they? Things go wrong now and again. Well, over here, we've had a notification through that at certain times during the day, and we don't know what time, and we don't know for how long, there will be power cuts. So literally everything's off for an undisclosed amount of time at an undisclosed time every day, and it's going to be every day for 3 or 4 months, probably closer to 4 than 3. So because of that, the actual planning of an exact time to go train is out the window. So now training time is when the power goes off, because things like work and normal living still have to happen. And so as what happened the other day, go train, get home, and then the power's off for 5-6 hours, rather annoying. Rather wait for the power to go off, go train, and then you miss as much of the power cut as possible. The way I figure it, you're going to get hot, sweaty, blah 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 training, so you might as well go and do it anyway. Don't use a fan or anything like that when training anyway. So go train, don't worry about it, and hope that the power's back on when you've finished. But it made me think about saying to you the other day, pick a time, make an appointment, things like that. And a couple of people mentioned, well, I can't, pick a time, and this, that, and the other. Yeah. Well, I know what you mean, but still making sure finding time to train. Right? You fit it in around what you're doing. As things change, it's quite simple. If your routine has to change for whatever reason, then you change your training routine to fit. If that's the way it is, that's just the way it is. But you can always find time to get your training done. Always. There's always an excuse not to do it. There's never a real reason not to do it. Now that's taken into account that there are days, which we all have, where we just go, stuff it, not doing it today. I get it. But if you're at all serious about your training and serious about wanting to improve, then you just get it done. Now the other thing people were mentioning was during the session, right? If you keep doing the same old session, don't you get bored and things like this, things like that? Okay, well, the key is not to keep doing the same old session. Personally, I don't really get bored when I'm training, because I try to work that hard that I can't get bored, if that makes sense. But recognizing that people can and do get bored with the same old session, I mix mine up now and again as well. I tend to work in sort of 6-week chunks, and during that 6 weeks I'll have a certain type of session that I'm doing, and then I'll change it for another 6, sometimes a bit less, sometimes a bit more, just depends. And yes, there are days where it just changes anyway, but as a general rule I like to try and stick to that session. So for argument's sake, the session that I'm in the middle of at the minute is a 54-minute workout, which is, well, it's over 54 minutes, but it's 54 1-minute rounds with a 10-second break in between. And the goal with it is to go as just as tough as you can for every round. And if you can't do it, if you physically break down, you physically break down, whatever it is. But the first 14 to 16 rounds will alternate between fast skipping and fast shadows. Fast, real fast. No, yeah, you got to go balls out, so to speak. Then after that, it's alternating heavy bag and stomach exercises. And that's it, all the way through. So on week 3.5, something like that. So it's a tough one. You do go anaerobic quite a bit, which is, anyway, one of those. But then after that, it will change again. Before that, it was a regular maintenance session, 6 weeks, which is 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 3 rounds no break, skipping, 2 rounds, maybe a break, maybe not, shadows, 10 rounds on the back, mixing it up, different types of stuff on the back. So that would be a normal sort of 6-week maintenance session. And then the other sessions would be to improve other areas. So like this 6 weeks going a lot more anaerobic, the next 6 weeks will go a lot more aerobic, and then maybe back to maintenance again, so that all the different areas are still maintained, so that you maintain 75% roughly across all areas, and certain parts, certain areas of what you're trying to achieve peak during those 6-week periods, and then another one peaks, another one peaks, another one peaks, but you try to maintain them all at roughly 75-80% if you can of peak efficiency. That's just the way I do it. Okay, now mixed in there will be some technique training, some obviously sparring, things like that, and other bits and pieces that go on, maybe some grappling, things like that. So there is a mix up as well, but those core sessions are done every single time. So anything else is over and above that. And because it's hard work, it doesn't take hours and hours and hours to do. Okay, 1 hour, done. All right, that's all you need. And it's not a lot out of a day. All right, so that's what we do. And any more questions, keep them coming. I'll keep them answering. Thanks a lot.